An increase in water rates may be inevitable if the Water and Sewage Authority wishes to diminish its present debt of some $5 billion. This from Chairman of the authority, Romney Thomas. He says WASA has simply been unable to meet its operational costs with its current revenue stream, and as a result, it cannot provide the service citizens deserve. Nevertheless, they were met with tough questions from the committee regarding whether they were doing the best they could with limited cash at hand. Janine Brown reports.
WASA raises through water rates an approximate $700 million in revenue annually. The rest of revenue comes from government subventions, with the last budget allocation for the annual subvention being $1.9 billion. But with the estimated price for a wholesale upgrade standing at least $3 billion, things are looking grim for the company.
We have to raise revenue. The number one way to raise revenue is to increase rates. And that's within the mandate of the Regulated Industries Commission, who have embarked upon a rate review for the Water and Sewage Authority. So that is the first aspect that we obviously have to look at.
Mr. Thomas said aging infrastructure such as pipelines are among the key challenges the company faces in providing a more efficient water supply. WASA records to date an excess of 2,000 leaking pipelines, causing the authority to lose an estimated 43 to 50% of water. In the developing world, the acceptable standard for loss of water is closer to 15 to 20%. Asked to roll out the short-term plans to combat this loss of water, this is what the Director of Operations had to say.
As regards to the plan, we are also constrained by financing, changing the equipment, so that is based on parity also. So based on failure and the necessity, we change the equipment. But as to embark on the plan, we have to have the subsequent finance, the additional finance to deal with it.
But the responses provided were not to the satisfaction of members of the committee.
But before you get to the financing, you must have the plan. I'm simply asking you, and it's not good enough that you can't recall what is the immediate short-term plan. You have a situation where you've recognized that you have infrastructure that is 40 years old, and an infrastructure which has a lifespan of 25 years. So you know that you have a chronic issue before you. You must be able to tell me what is the plan.
Officials then said a written response would be provided sometime in the future. WASA's CEO mentioned the authority was moving to amp up night work to quicken the process of replacing faulty pipelines. Janine Brown, C News.